Hi everyone! So I'm going to be showing you some phthalo turquoise alternatives today. I'm not sure how this all came about, but I blame it on Holbein for changing their formula of my favorite color, marine blue, from PB16 to PB16 and PG7. It's not a big deal, but honestly, I think my brain freaked out a little bit. So let me tell you the colors we'll be looking at today. First is Winsor&Newton Aqua Green made with a phthalo pigment. My Mary Blue's Phthalo Turquoise made with PB15 Colon 4. Shinhan PWC Marine Blue made with PB15 Colon 3. Winsor&Newton Phthalo Turquoise PB16. And this one over here on the right is Holbein's Phthalo Blue Yellow Shade. The tube says PB15, but we all know it's probably PB15 Colon 3. For any beginners watching this, Holbein's Phthalo Blue Yellow Shade is the same hue as most brands that label their Phthalo Blue Green Shade. It's most likely made with PB15 Colon 3, but I didn't want to jump the gun and write it on here. This isn't a turquoise color, but I wanted to add this here so there's a bit of a visual reference to compare. On to Winsor&Newton's Phthalo Turquoise. I've chosen this one to represent all the PB16s out there because when I did my PB16 comparison video, I found that Holbein's is the greenest, whereas Winsor&Newton's is the same hue as all the other brands, but it can also get to a dark black in mass tone. Most of you already know PB16 is my favorite pigment of all time, and it's extremely high tinting but washes down to a beautiful blue that leans the slightest bit green. Then we have Shinhan's Marine Blue made with PB15 Colon 3. The color itself is identical to PB16's. It's also significantly cheaper than other brands. I think this is a great contender to replace anyone's PB16 slot in their palettes. Now, I already know what you're all gonna say. PB15 Colon 3? That's Phthalo Blue Green shade. We're sure they must have added a green pigment in there. Well, I don't want to argue with anyone, so let's have a civil discussion in the comments. I'm not a pigment manufacturer, so I'm not aware if PB15 Colon 3 is available in more than one hue. PB15 Colon 3 is meant to lean greener, so maybe it's possible Shinhan has stock of it. I don't know. If anyone knows for certain, please feel free to enlighten us in the comments below. Moving on, my Mary Blue Phthalo Turquoise made with PB15 Colon 4. This one was very interesting to me, as I'm sure like a lot of you as well, we all know PB15 Colon 4 in the form of Phthalo Blue Red shade. But this one obviously leans more green than our typical PB16s. It's not a big shift, but the difference is obvious to the naked eye. Now, I also went to artistcreation.com and checked PB15 Colon 4. The website states that PB15 Colon 4 is intense, deep blue in mass tone, reddish to greenish, bright blue in shades. Do you see this? Reddish to greenish. And all this time, I thought PB15 Colon 4 is only red shade. Well, now we know. So now that we have that information, I feel like the greener shade of PB15 Colon 3 may exist in the form that we see here today. And finally, Winsor&Newton Aqua Green. Their tube says it's made with a phthalo pigment. This one is the same hue as my Mary Blues, but once diluted, granulation appears. This is rather unique as we don't generally see phthalo colors that granulate. And here are the colors in daylight after completely drying. There's not much of a drying shift, but there we go. Those are the turquoises that I found interesting but haven't seen much about. Hopefully this video will have given you more info on them. Well, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Let me know down below what you think of these and which one would be the most interesting to try. As always, thank you so much for watching everyone. Don't forget to drink lots of water and stay hydrated.